Welcome to this video. My name is Christine, and today we're going to be learning about professional learning communities. In this video, we will answer the following questions. What is a professional learning community, or rather, what is it not? Why is it important for us to have professional learning communities? And finally, how are professional learning community meetings conducted? By the end of this video, you should be able to articulate the purpose of a professional learning community, explain the structure of a PLC, and essentially describe your role during a PLC session. So then what is a PLC? A PLC is a collaborative learning community. I want to emphasize that. It is a learning community where facilitators explore new concepts, share expertise and insights from their teaching experiences, and engage in collective problem solving. A PLC is a community where facilitators reflect on their instructional practice, consider the effect instruction has on students, and implement insights gained to improve their teaching performance. The goal here is to improve teaching performance, and in line with that, improve student performance. So unlike traditional PDs, inquiry is at the heart of PLCs. Participants in PLCs frequently ask questions like, how did this strategy impact students' learning? What gaps in understanding are still present? What should I or we do differently next time? The focus of a PLC is on student performance. The PLC model is grounded in the assumption that building teachers' competencies will lead to improved academic, behavioral, or social outcomes for students. Consequently, student learning is both the foundation and evidence of an effective PLC. Now, this being said, the critical driving questions for PLCs are, number one, concerned with learning. What is it we want our students to learn? The questions are concerned with instruction. How will we teach it? The questions are concerned with outcomes. How will we know if each student has learned it? And lastly, the questions are also concerned with follow-up. How will we respond when some students do not learn it? In order to have an effective PLC, there must be this collective, authentic inquiry into learning. What is it we want our students to learn? How will we teach it? How will we know if each student has learned? And finally, how will we respond when some students do not learn it? Now that we know the kind of questions that guide our PLC meetings, let's talk about the procedure of a PLC. First of all, when you arrive for a PLC meeting, there will be a welcoming session where the chairperson goes through the norms of the meeting, and then a reflection on the week. What went well? What did not go well in the previous unit? This is where we also share instructional strategies and best practices that worked in our classes. Number two, the unit ahead. A time is scheduled in the PLC meeting where facilitators can go through important key areas in the upcoming unit. What do students need to know and be able to do? Consider elements like demonstration of learning, student agency, and instructional practice. Number three, the key outcomes. How will we know that they have learned it? And this involves talking about the upcoming knowledge check, the upcoming assessments, or how you plan to check the pulse of your students. And finally, in the PLC meetings, we should never end without assigning tasks and talking about the need or support that we require in a PLC. What are the assigned tasks for the next meeting? What kind of external support do we need, either from the Center for Professional Development, from Richard, or from any other person? Now, that being said, what is your role when you attend a PLC meeting? First of all, as the PLC leader, or should I say course leader, you need to demonstrate excellent planning and organizational skills. You need to ensure that all voices are heard and that members live up to the commitments of the PLC. You need to develop the agenda and distribute it to team members prior to meetings. You'll also need to establish and support team cohesiveness and effectiveness. And finally, you need to maintain focus during the PLC, you'd need to maintain focus on the critical PLC questions. Otherwise, the 1 hour will be spent without people sharing and learning from one another. The focus has to be on student performance and improvement. As a member during the PLC meeting, what is your role? You need to read the agenda prior to the upcoming meeting. You need to actively contribute to the agenda topic and the critical questions during the PLC meeting. You'd need to engage in advanced preparation by gathering necessary materials and student evidence. If we would be talking about an assignment and you can bring a sample of your student's assignment, well and good. If you can bring data about students' performance to guide the PLC discussions, well and good. But you have to prepare the necessary materials before the PLC meeting. You'd have to go through the week ahead, the module, the unit for the week ahead before coming to the PLC meeting. Follow through with next steps and action plan developed in the meeting if you have. And finally, share and implement the strategies discussed in the PLC meetings. This is very important and key, because if we are not going to share this, then how effective are these PLCs? We share so that we can be able to implement and improve in our classroom practices. Thank you so much for listening. See you in our next PLC meeting.